Welcome to my Mind Over Your Matter. My name is Rick, and boy, oh boy, oof, the past 48 hours has been very crazy for me. That's for damn sure. Oh man, so much pain, so much craziness. I had to have emergency surgery on Friday. Was it Friday? I don't even know my days already. It was actually on Thursday. I think yeah, Thursday, because yesterday I was out of it. That's how fucked up my head is. I had on Thursday, I had emergency surgery, and man, the pain was just so crazy, man. It was just. I had to come on here just to talk about it a little bit because, like, I couldn't lay down for so much because, like, I'm starting to get so much pain in my kidney, and this pain doesn't go away. This like it's very persistent. This pain is nonstop. I don't know if anybody ever had kidney surgery or had a kidney stone removed from their kidneys. Um, you can fill me in on that. Um, the pain that I'm feeling right now, oof, man, it is wild. I wasn't expecting to be in this much pain. I mean, I anticipated being in pain, but I wasn't like I didn't know I was gonna it was gonna be like this. To be honest with you, because they told me I was gonna be in pain and stuff like that, but um, I didn't expect this type of pain. This is a weird pain, especially like in the kidneys. Um, the pain is just so unreal and so crazy. Um, man, it's even hard to talk because like even trying to talk about it, it's like brings me back my PTSD because I suffer a lot from PTSD and it's really messing me up. It really is. And it's not good. Not good at all. Um I had emergency kidney surgery. Actually, I had an appointment to see the doctor on Thursday morning. I went to see the doctor and they reviewed my CT scans and the doc was like, yeah, you have a kidney stone, all right, and it's trapped in your kidney. So we got to go in there and get it. Um, and I'm like, okay, so we're having surgery. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna have to have surgery. We're gonna have to put you to sleep. He was giving me the whole rundown and showing me exactly what he needs to do and what he wanted to do. Um, and then he was like, all right, well, you need to have the surgery today. Like I was like, wait a minute, what? He's like, yeah, like you can't really wait on this because it's gonna mess you up even more the longer it's there. And I'm like, oh no. So ended up having the surgery that because my appointment was at 10:30 in the morning. Um, they started prepping me for surgery at 3 p.m. I didn't even get to leave the hospital. I was like, for what? I actually walked around the hospital. I was like contemplating on this and that because another surgery, and it's kind of a lot for me to take because I had a lot of surgeries in my life. I think this is like my 13th surgery, if I'm not mistaken. 13, 14 surgery. The thing is, like, when they told me, yeah, you have to put you to sleep for this, and you're going to go into a deep sleep um, because, the surgery is you can't do it while you're awake because it's so damn painful. But they put me to sleep and put me to sleep. I'm like, oh man, it's like that's the worst part. That's like the part I don't like about surgeries is when they put you to sleep and the pain, of course. So 3 o'clock came, nurse came out, like called my name, and I was like, yeah, I'm right here. And she's like, all right, come on in. I'm like, oh, I'm the next contestant. I feel like, for the price is right. And then call my name. So put me into the prep room. They're prepping me up. And this is one thing I'm going to talk about real quick since there's nobody here. That's good. About this vaccine stuff. Because I had no choice. I had to get vaccinated because of my health and what's going on in my health. And good thing that I did get vaccinated because this type of surgery couldn't wait. It's something that you can't just sit around and wait for a COVID, test and wait 48 hours. And then, if you're cleared, then you can have the surgery and then the schedule. No, since I got the vaccine, like, and I had it since last month, I'm fully vaccinated. My surgery was able to happen same day with no problems. I didn't have to do no COVID tests. I didn't have to do no hoops or hurdles. The surgery was scheduled like 5 hours after I just saw the doctor, and like, holy shit, I'm having surgery today. I wasn't expecting this. Like, literally, I was not expecting that. I was not ready. Um, I was not ready here at home. Like, I have my home, it's okay, but it's not ready. It wasn't ready for me to have this type of, like, I have cats. I have two cats and they're like my kids. And this was a really heavy surgery and it was very painful and holy shit. Um just going back and thinking about it, it's driving me a little nuts right now. The pain is driving me crazy. That's what's really driving me crazy. Because it's the pain in my kidney and every time I go to the restroom to use the restroom, it hurts like hell, and I'm constantly pissing out blood. Like the my whole urine is blood. That's what it is. It's like you look in the and after you take a piss, it's just pure red. Um, well, I remember they were prepping me up and stuff, and they were able to find a vein, which it was a miracle because it's hard to find veins on me. But since I was walking before the surgery, I did a nice little walk, help run circulation in my body, blood circulation in my body. So they were able to get a quick vein on my left hand, and they prepped me up. I chilled there for about 45 minutes. I was watching some program on television, um, and then I was up for surgery. And then when they took me into surgery, I was like, this room looks very familiar. I've been in this room before. They're like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, I've had many surgeries, and this room looks very, very familiar. It's like, oh, wow. Okay, cool. And then I remember them pulling me across to the operating table, and I was like, can I have a minute so I could just like say a couple of words to myself and just go ahead and get this party started? So I was like, all right. So I had a minute. I had a little say to myself, and next thing I know, I was like, all right, let's rock. And all she said was like, "All right, let's roll." She pumped the medicine in me. And I was like, "I'll see you," and boom, knocked out, knocked out. It took no more than 2 seconds, and I was out. It was an overwhelming, like you could feel like you're trying to fight the medicine, but the medicine just overwhelms the body, and like it's this head rush, and then all of a sudden you hear like this tone. Like for me, I heard this tone, like it's a weird tone, and it was like I was knocked out. I was out. And the surgery was supposed to take half an hour, which it didn't take half an hour. My the doctor was like, "Yeah, I'll have it like 15 to 25 minutes. You'll be done." Yeah, right. I was done an hour and a half later. An hour and a half later, um, they started waking me up in the recovery room, and oh man, I was in so much pain. Oh, they pumped me up with pain medicine, but still wasn't feeling good. Then I started coming to and started, feeling a little not better, but started coming to, and my mind, the fog was coming off, and um, once I recovered, um, they called my friend, one of my friends, to come pick me up from the hospital. So they took me to the front of the hospital. My friend picked me up in his Jeep, put me in the car, and drove me home. I didn't get to stay in the hospital because of the COVID stuff and the craziness. I don't want to stay in the hospital to begin with. I'd rather stay at home. When I got here, as soon as I got here, thank God I was wearing Pampers. That's all I'm saying. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I was wearing Pampers, because as soon as I walked in, it's like I couldn't hold my urine, so the Pampers soaked it up. And I was like, "Oh, thank goodness I was wearing this, because if not, I would have pissed myself." So, and I couldn't control my urine like the whole night. When I got home, I came in, I tried to get myself situated, went to the bathroom, cleaned up, took a quick little shower to, get the urine and the hospital off of me. Um, I came out of the shower. I was just so out of it. I was so tired, but yet in so much pain. I came to my bed, tried to lay down, like trying to get myself situated to go to sleep. Um, I put on Parks and Recreation because I was been watching Parks and Recreation. Such a good show, funny show. But I was laying on my bed, and like no lie, every hour I had to wake up and take a piss. Every hour I had to. I think when I had the surgery, they put a stent inside of me, into my kidney. So I have a string that's inside, like in through my pee hole and through into my kidney. I have a stent they put inside my right kidney that they're gonna remove hopefully on Monday, because it's hurting me a lot. And like my kidney is hurting a lot, and this pain really sucks. And not only that, I have the string coming out of my out of my privates here, and I don't want to pull on it by mistake because then it's gonna hurt me inside. But yeah, I'm not really looking forward to when they have to remove that, because I know that's gonna be very freaking painful. Oh man, and that's on Monday, so that's 2 more days. My goodness, and he's like, death has to be much harder than being alive, because like the pain of being alive is it's crazy. So like this stent that they put in, it's like it's supposed to help heal my kidney, because my kidney was inflamed, like it was inflamed. um we're hoping that it'll heal help heal the kidney, and hopefully my kidneys can recover from it. But man, it's just the pain. It's just I know I feel it inside. I can feel the stent inside my kidney, and I could just it's just nonstop pain. Even though I took my pain medication, and the medicine that I have is supposedly pretty strong, and yet it's not strong enough for me. Because man, every time I go to the restroom just to take a piss, it's like pissing fire. It's like burn, not even burn, but it's like this pain, and it's like a spasm pain, and it's uncontrollable. And the thing is that like you have to go to the restroom like every half an hour to an hour. So every single time you go in the restroom, you're experiencing this pain. So it hasn't been a fun 48 hours. That's for sure. It has not been fun at all. It's been hell. I'm wearing diapers. Depends. That's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing depends. Just an emergency if I can't make it to the restroom. I can't hold my urine. I can't hold my bladder. So if I have to go, I just go on my diaper, and then I'll just clean myself and change and put on a new diaper. A new Depends. I'm happy the Depends is around. I mean, it's really good. They have one there I want to talk about. It's really absorbent. That's for damn sure. And the reason I'm wearing the Depends too is because I'm still leaking a lot of blood out of it's just coming out of me. So I have to like I don't want that on my clothes, and you can't just wear just regular underwear because it's gonna like leak. You're gonna leak, and you're gonna leak on your bed and stuff like that, and like on my bed. So got the Depends, and the Depends has been holding up and has been absorbing a lot of the fluid, the blood that's coming out of me, and I changed my Depends. I had one changed it this morning. Then I changed it this afternoon, and then I have another one I put on this evening. So it's about three, three for today. But what was it on Thursday night, going to Friday? Oh man, every like I kept pissing on myself. I kept pissing on the pamper because like I couldn't even I didn't have enough time to urine in the urinal. Like that's how like you can't hold it. Like there's no control. There's no like you're gonna urine, and the thing is when I urine, man, the pain that comes with it. Ugh, it was horrible. It was just that 24 hours, man. Every fucking hour too. It was like on the hour. It was I would fall asleep too. I would fall asleep and rude awakening. The pain, the pressure pain, the spasm, and then I would just urinate. I'm like, at this point, there's no use of trying to get up and trying to urinate on the urinal if I can't make it even to the urinal. So that was happening. That happened to me throughout the whole night. I mean, literally like 9 times. I went through like 9, 10 Pampers, um, in a whole night. So I had ordered another case of Depends, which got here today, and they're super absorbent, so they're very good. So I'm no worries about that. But I have my control a little bit more now, more than I did yesterday. That's for sure. Today when I urine, it's still at a every hour I have to go, but I'm just urinating blood. That's just a lot of blood that's coming out of me. I'm pretty sure there's urine in there, but it's just blood. A lot of it's blood, and yeah, I'm not good with blood, but man, there's so much blood that came out of me. It's like it's crazy. Um, yeah, but we gotta see what's going on. They sent the kidney stone to a lab to have it tested to see what what's going on there, and I'm still not out of the woods yet. Like I said, I have this stent inside of me. They got to remove, and let's see what happens and see if my kidney responds properly. If it doesn't, I'm in a little trouble. Um, because I don't want to go through or have to have a kidney transplant or anything like that. I really hope that I don't have to go down that route. But this pain, man, I've had a lot of pain in my life. If you guys have been here from the beginning, you guys know. Um, this pain is like no other. It's so unique and different. I had colon surgery. I've had um, my gallbladder appendix removed. I've had knee surgery. I had my neck fused. I have a cervical fusion, 2 level fusion on my neck. So I have a lot of metal and screws inside my spine and in my body. I've had multiple surgeries on my stomach. Like sometimes I lose count on how many times I had surgery in my stomach. And this one, the kidney is so unique, and the pain is so, it's kind of okay. I would say the pain is as the same as if you was to have colon surgery. The colon surgery, like after you have colon surgery, when you use the bathroom, and the pain after you use the bathroom right after you had colon surgery, equals the same amount of pain when you're urinating after you have kidney stone or kidney surgery. It's the same, almost like the same pain. Um, Almost the same. Um, it's just because I'm not out of the woods yet, so that's why I'm saying almost the same, because I know there's gonna be more pain coming. Um, yeah, the colon surgery sucks. Oh, colon, and I have had what, like 3, 4 colon surgeries to do repairs, and within me there's like pull-ups, and I had opening in my colon that needed to get repaired, and this is a lot of surgeries, and each one is all unique, and each one has their unique pain. I mean, I've had surgeries where I had my stomach fully open and exposed, and they weren't able to close it back up because they had to emergency open it up, and they had to put a vacuum pump on me, and every single time they removed that vacuum pump, it was so fucking painful. It just, pain is the PTSD that I suffer from, because then it just brings me back to that moment, and man, it's like it's a fucking roller coaster ride with emotions, and not only that, but the memories of it. Man, I can't wait for that study to fucking start already. I have to wait till springtime for this MDNA for sure. But hopefully, this week I'll have better news, and hopefully, once they take the stent out of me, I'll feel, hopefully, that's the word. Hopefully, because it's not guaranteed. I'll want to feel better, and starting to, want to start progressing, and moving forward from this, because even sitting down here and talking, because I wanted to do the show laying down, but I couldn't really get the system going and the way I wanted to go. So I decided just to fuck it, sit here, and maybe talk for like an hour, half an hour to an hour max. And then I could lay back down and try to get some rest for tonight. Um, that's the hard part, is just sleeping, because, yeah, I'll fall asleep, but it's the rude awakening with the pain, because the pain is what wakes me up right in the middle of the night, like, and then I have to urinate. And then my bathroom's too far from my bedroom to make it. So I end up urinating in a urinal, because I have 2 urinals here, and I wake up in the middle of the night, and I just urinate in the urinal and clean myself off, and it's just blood. It's just got to clean it, because you don't want to get an infection. That's what I'm trying to prevent, is getting an infection. It's the last thing I want is to, or we want to wish any infection on anybody, because those fuckers could kill you more than COVID. Um, But I wouldn't want to wish this pain on nobody, and I'm going to get this stuff tested. I'm getting the stone tested, and we're going to figure out what's going on with the system, with my system, and see what I need to change, because I don't drink soda, I don't drink juice, I drink a lot of water. That's all I drink. It's water. I drink tea. I don't eat so much processed foods. I don't eat so much out foods. I do a lot of my stuff here. So I'm kind of curious what the doctor's gonna let me know when the results come back from that stone, and what's gonna happen to my kidney, because that stone did damage to my kidney, and I don't know how much damage, but when I saw the scan from my CT scan, my right kidney did not look good at all. That sucker looked so inflamed, and he's like, "Yeah, you could tell the difference in your right kidney." I looked at my like they're like right there, and my right kidney was like double the size of my left kidney. It's like not good. Um, but let me say what's up to those in the chat room. What's up, Max, and what's up, James? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, but I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. Um, Surgeries, keep coming down my lane, and I keep hitting them with strikes. So it's okay. The only thing I'm grateful for, is the fact that like something told me to get vaccinated. Something told me those. I don't know what. Listen, I listen to myself. I hear whispers in my head. I hear voices in my head. I get messages all the time, and something always tells me like to prevent things ahead of time. It will let me know. My mind, it says things, and it told me get the vaccine, go get vaccinated. I'm like, why? I'm so against it and so forth. My mom got it, my dad got it, my sister got it, everyone got it. I'm like, fuck, all right. Something's gonna happen, and I need to be preventive. I have a lot of medical issues. I've been through a lot of surgeries. I am like, I cannot get sick. Like if I get sick, it's gonna really fuck me up. So I went ahead and got the vaccine. I got fully vaccinated last month, and for some reason, thank the higher power that I did, because if I didn't have, and if I was not vaccinated, I would not have had to have the surgery. They wouldn't schedule the surgery. I wouldn't have to like be able to have the surgery that same day. Like I would have to wait 48 to how many? Like they told me like 3 to 4 days just to do the COVID test, and then wait to see if it gets passed. And then if I do pass the COVID test, then they schedule the surgery. And then if there's an opening to have the surgery, I would have been waiting 4 to 5 days out, you know, to have an emergency surgery that I need to have it right there then. And since I was vaccinated, they were able to schedule the surgery the same day that I saw the doctor, and I wasn't expecting to be operated. Like, trust me, I was not even ready here at home. Like, I didn't have the help support set up yet. Like, I was expecting it. I was not expecting it. Um, but yeah, they scheduled me and they did the surgery. And man, you know, the voices in my head is so unique, man. It's just like it's kind of like whispers, but it's like it tells me things. Like it tells me like do this, do that, don't do this. Okay, wait, and just it's kind of like a director, like in my head, but it's just it tells me things before things happen sometimes, and it lets me know. Um, because I really wasn't gonna get vaccinated. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But something told me to do it, and I was like, fuck it, fuck. So I went ahead and did the Pfizer and got the vaccination, and you know, in a ways, I'm kind of glad that I did, because I don't think I could have waited 4 to 5 days with the amount of pain that I had in my kidney. There's no way I could have waited. I think I would have committed suicide before like having that surgery because it was that painful. Like literally, I felt like someone was killing me, like within inside of me, and it was that pain. Like it was bad. Like when I was in an emergency room, like on Tuesday, this was on Tuesday. Man, I was screaming. I was screaming in pain, and nothing would stop it. Like they tried to give me medicine, like Toradol, and wouldn't stop it. Then when they gave me the Dilaudid, then it stopped the pain. Like the pain went from 10 to 0, and I was like, "Whew, thank goodness." That helped. And that's when they discovered the kidney stone that was trapped in my kidney. So, but yeah, um, it's just horrible. Sucks. If you guys, anyone want to come in, I don't mind talking to you guys for a bit. I'll be on for another half an hour. Um, Let me put out the link if you want to come in. Put out the StreamYard link. But the hospital that I go to, man, it's awesome. Like the staff there, they're they're great. Good communication, good team. I mean, man, like I'm happy that I live near a good hospital. I'm lucky to be living next to a good hospital, and I've been to a lot of hospitals in my time, and this hospital by far is one of the top two hospitals that I've been in my lifetime. And I won't move because of this hospital because I want to stay close to this hospital. Um, it's something that I like. I would love to move back to Florida, but I would not find the same service and same hospitality and friendliness and like as my hospital now. It would be hard to find a hospital as good as this one. So I ain't going nowhere. I think I'll end up dying in that hospital. So it's a good spot, and it's good that I found a really good place for me. Um, Man, I'm just worried about the stent that's inside of me because the pain inside is it's a lot. And I took my medicine half an hour. Actually, I took a 5 milligram and a 10 milligram. 5 milligram I took it about an hour and a half ago, and a 10 milligram I just took it about half an hour ago. So they're supposed to kick in like bam bam, and it's supposed to help reduce the pain, but nah, the pain on my right side, on my flank, um, the back right side of my on my back, it's a lot of pain, and then of course, um, urinating. Oh man, ugh. Uh, I don't know. Has anybody else has had this surgery? James, if you're still here, or Max, I don't know if you ever had any like kidney stones removed out of you or had any stents put inside of your kidney. I'm trying to find someone at least has some kind of experience of this because I want to know if this is normal, this type of pain that I'm experiencing, because I really don't want to go back to the emergency room, especially on a Saturday night. Really don't want to go to a hospital on a Saturday night. Just no. Um, but God, it's like a pressure. It's a pressure pain. If I could describe it, is a dull pressure, sharp. Um, it feels like Chucky is inside of me and he's stabbing my kidney. That's how it feels. Like he's just stabbing my kidney. Like he's trying to kill me. Like stabbing my kidney. That's how I feel like it. Like that pain. Like someone stabbing me in my kidney. And I can feel. And then the weird thing is, I can feel my kidney, and I know exactly where it's at, and that's unique because like a lot of people don't know where their kidney is. You ask them, "Yo, where's your kidney?" They're gonna be like, they don't even know. They don't know. You ask them, "Where's your liver?" They don't know where their liver is. The people they know more about the outside world than they do about the inside of their own bodies. You know, you ask them, "Yo, where's your gallbladder?" And people are like, "What's that?" Like, people don't know their insides, which people should. You should know your insides. You should know your body parts, because it's your body. But at least I could be an example, the guinea pig, right? I'm the guinea pig, and I can let you know for a fact that having kidney stones and having kidney stones removal from your kidneys is very painful. And if you ever get a stent put inside your kidney, I'm letting you know right now, it is not fun. It is very painful. You every time you urinate, it's very painful. And this is for females too, male and females, because females usually get this more than males. That's something that I found out, that females tend to contract more kidney stones than male do. I don't know. I guess it's the way the female body process things and stuff, but it's known that females get more stones than males. But when the males get the stones, it's either you pass it through, because sometimes the male, you can pass the stones through by urinating it out. Um, but in my case, my stone got trapped in my kidney, and it started to do damage in my kidney. So the rapid response to removing it possibly could have saved my life in a way. Um, and I'm still not out of the woods yet, but I'm gonna be optimistic about it and be very hopeful and be positive. But I just wanted to document this, so if any other people in the future, has to deal or has to go through something like this, they can hear my reactions to my experience. And I tell you right now, it's not fun. It's not good. It's not fun. It's the worst. It's the it's just the urinating part, the painful part of urinating, and then all the blood. When someone like me, I don't like seeing the sight of my own blood, but then every single time you urinate, that's all you see. And it's like, you're like, okay, it's not a little bit, it's a lot. And I'm like, this is coming from my kidney, because if this amount of blood's coming from my kidneys, I'm having problem. There's a problem going on. So that's why Monday's important for me, because I'm doing a lot of tests on Monday. They're gonna remove the stent, but not only, I don't know if they're gonna remove the stent. This is to check, because they're gonna run a CT scan on me, running on my kidneys to see how my kidneys are, and depending on how my kidney is, then they'll remove the stent, because they could leave the stent in there, and then I have to deal with this for like another week, and that's gonna suck even more. That's gonna suck even more, because it's like, man, I deal with pain. I already deal with pain in my neck. I deal with pain in my back. I go to physical therapy. I go to a chiropractor. I try to take care of myself, and still hoops and hurdles keep popping out of nowhere. They keep pop out of nowhere, and I'm trying to knock them down, but they keep popping up. So it's like, fuck, to the point I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna sit here. You could keep putting up the hurdles, and I'm just gonna sit here and watch, because I'm like, this is bullshit. I mean, I'm trying to compare it to death, because like, if you die, that's it, right? But then it's like, what's the pain of death compared to the pain of being alive? Because then you don't know the death part. You don't know the pain of death, because we're not dead yet. But the pain of being alive, that shit's real. That shit's crazy. And it's so imaginary, because you don't see it, you only feel it, and you only could respond to what you're feeling. That's just goodness. Oh, Max, you passed the stones. Yeah, but the pain, right? When you pass it, ugh, it's like it's kind of like a grinding stone that's it's sharp as hell going through your pee hole and ripping your insides as you're pissing it out. But once you piss it out, you're like, oof, relief because it's out of you. But in my case, that did not happen. The stone was trapped in my kidney, so this was an aggressive surgery that needed to be done. Um, it's yeah, it is what it is, you know. But I can't say that I'm recovering yet because I'm still going through this issue. So it's still in the early stages. Like once the doctor removes the stent, and once I get cleared on that side, then I could start thinking about recovery. And then recovery is gonna take me anywhere between a week to maybe 2 weeks. Um, the bleeding I think is gonna continue for like another week. I'm like, holy shit! Like with females, like when they bleed, like you wonder, like they bleed a lot, and then you wonder why they don't die because they bleed so much. But then now I see like when males bleed through their pee hole, it's like it's intense. It's like holy shit, girls get this every month, and they're like, they just change the pads and they're like they go about their day. I'm like, for a guy like me, I'm like, shit. Every time I piss, I'm bleeding, and then I'm have this crazy ass pain. Holy shit! And I don't understand the pain. I don't understand why that spasm that I have, and then on top of the spasm, it's like a sharp pain. I don't get it. I don't understand why am I having that crazy pain? Mhm. No relief from passing them. Yeah, and it hurts. Yeah, and then it hurts for like a week. Yeah, it hurts. It's like when you pass it through, the good thing is you pass it through. The bad thing is it ripped whatever inside of you while it was passing through. So you have like open wound inside of you, and then every time you urinate, it's passing through those wounds, and then it's burning, and then you have that pain as you're urinating. Well, imagine that pain that you went through, Max, times that times 10. That's what I'm feeling every time I urinate, times 10. And that's every hour I have to go and urinate. I have to go through the same process of the spasm and the burn, and like, and it's a back to back like spasm pain, urinating pain. Like it's just I wouldn't want to wish it on my worst enemy. That's for damn sure. I wouldn't want this for them. I mean, I would wish something else, but not this. Not something like this is torture. This is torture. Um, uh, yeah. Well, it is what it is. I need to roll a joint. And maybe if I roll a joint and smoke a joint, maybe it'll help a little bit, at least with the anxiety part of what I'm going through. Um, I'll get some of this medicine. At least I have everything here ready to roll it up, so it won't take me long to roll it up. There we go. Another thing too, it's like for me right now, it's a little harder to breathe. Um, it's because of the pain. It's on the side, so I feel like this. It's kind of like a cramp, but it's kind of a little harder to breathe. It's like the like inhaling, it's a little heavier than usual. It's it's not as bad exhaling, but inhaling is a little bit difficult. Um, and what was the hard part too about all that was happening to me? I was throwing up like crazy. Like when I was in the emergency room, when I was in the ambulance, I was throwing up like crazy. And when I got to the emergency room, I was throwing up. And then Before I had the surgery, I threw up. Um, and that's because my body just something was wrong. And I could tie that in with the stone and stuff. It's weird how everything connects, because of one issue, there was a domino effect in my body. And the only way to take it serious, my body was rejecting food, was rejecting water, was like I had cold sweats. Um like it was just a weird freaking experience, man. Weird. I'm still going through it. I don't have the cold sweats right now. I don't have the cold sweats. I just have a lot of pain and a lot of spasms. And a lot of blood. A lot of blood. I mean, Halloween was the other day. A vampire would have came by me and smelled me, man. They would have ate me up with all the blood that I was pouring out of me. Like, ooh, you smell good. You are negative. Fucking vampires. Like, they want my blood. You can have my blood. I mean, just not used to seeing all that blood. That's all. At least my blood. If it's somebody else's blood, it don't bother me so much. But if it's my blood, it bothers me. Like, I don't like seeing my own blood, and then every time I have to urinate, I'm like, that's all I'm urinating is blood. I'm just here rolling up my joint. I already had, like I said, I had everything ready, so it only takes me a few seconds to make it into a joint. Okay. And that's why I didn't start growing my own medicine. Like, I was supposed to start growing my own medicine, my own marijuana plants and everything, but something told me in my head, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Like, hold off on it. And I'm already licensed to grow. I could grow my plants. Um, but something in my head kept telling me, don't do it. Don't do it yet. Don't do it. And every time it says that, it's always for a reason, and always something happens. And sure enough, look what happened to me. And there was no way in hell I would be able to attend my plants the way I'm feeling right now. In the state of condition that I'm in right now, there's no way I could attend to any of my plants. Like, I it could have. Uh, I wouldn't want to mess up my plants. So, good thing that I didn't start growing yet. So I could wait for another 2 weeks to start growing. That's fine. Would have been nice to have started, but you gotta, once you start, you have to be on top of it. And the more you're on top of it, the better quality and the better outcome your grow will be. Um, but like I said, I hope no one of my people on my channel ever gets to go through what I went through, because it's not good. It's not fun. Having kidney issues is the worst. Having I don't I hope I'm hoping I'm really hoping that like it doesn't get any worse, that I have to get a kidney transplant or any of that stuff. I I'm not focusing on that. I want my kidney to recover. If my kidney can recover, great. If it doesn't, I'm in trouble. So this next week, next 2 weeks is very important for my kidneys. I've been drinking a lot of water. Doctor wants me to drink plenty of water, just water. He don't want me anything else, just water. Drink like a fish. and no sodas. No, I don't drink soda, man. Don't- I don't drink sodas. I saw someone carrying a bottle of Coke. I'm like, how can you drink that? I'm like, who drinks Coke? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I never, I don't know. I've never been a fan of Coke or any of like that type of like sodas. But they did tell me drink a lot of water, and hopefully my urine could come back to normal. But I doubt it because it's the amount of blood. Mm-mm. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, I show pictures and you guys will freak the fuck out. There'll be so much blood they'll fucking take me off YouTube. Hey, Danelli. Yes, send me all your healing energy. I would appreciate it. I wish I had someone here just to rub my back because that's how painful it is. At least at least rub my back or punch my back. Either or would be perfect. Cause man, ah, it feels like someone kicking you in your back, like in the under your rib cage, like in your right side of your back. It feels like someone just like forcefully kicking you. So that's what I'm dealing with is this forceful painful energy that's intruded into my body, and little by little we're gonna try to push that energy out and make that into more of a positive energy, and focus it on a healing positive energy for that area because yeah, it's not good. Even sitting here sucks. I really wish I could lay down, but laying down is not any better. You think laying down was better, right? You would think, yeah, if you lay down, you'll feel better. Shit. You don't feel better, you feel the same. You feel the same pain. No matter which way you turn or which way you want to lay down on your left, right, on your stomach, on your back, it doesn't matter. The pain doesn't go away. It stays there. But we're gonna light up this joint. Gonna smoke up. Be on for another. Stay on to about 10 p.m. my time. Um, Give another like 23 minutes. You know the times are gonna go back 1 hour, so make sure you set your clocks back an hour because we will fall back 1 hour for those who are participating in this stupidity of time change. So for those who have to change your clocks, make sure you change your clocks all around. Like your microwave, your clock that's hanging on the wall, your watch that you carry around. Your cell phone does it on its own. And your computer does it on its own, so you don't have to worry about that. But one thing you do have to worry about is changing the batteries of your smoke detectors and CO2 detectors. um you guys make sure, I always do this every time we have a time change, either it's forward or back. Change the batteries of the smoke detectors. The 9-volt batteries. It's always a good time. Change your batteries, because you don't remember the last time you changed the batteries, and this is the only way how you remember is changing it when the time change, so that way you're always protected in case if there's a fire in your home. The smoke detectors could warn you, and it does save lives. So please change the batteries in your smoke detectors. The batteries are not that expensive. It's just an inconvenience, but 9-volt batteries, it is what it is. I hope everyone's ready for this winter season. Um, it's gonna be a cold one. and prices of warming for like oil and also electric bill prices are going to be going up. Starting in December into January, you're going to see about an 11% increase of your light bill. For some areas, different states, different rates. Here in my state of Connecticut, I use Eversource, and Eversource here is declaring that the average bill, everyone average is pretty much going to go up anywhere between 20 to $40 extra a month. So if your light bill was $120, and so expect to pay 140, $150, like another $30 extra, $30 to $20 extra on this year. Fuel prices are going to continue to go up. Oil prices, heating oil prices are going skyrocket. I feel bad for those that are not in a program. If you could get into a program, um, please do, because it will be very helpful for your pockets. And if you don't, it's gonna take you're gonna take a hit this year. Electric heating bill is gonna be bad, and this is where they get you. They either get you with electric heating or they'll get you with the heating oil. Um, Either or, they're gonna get you. You're gonna get got this year. So even if you don't pay for heating, you're gonna pay for it in your electric bill. You're gonna pay for it in your groceries. You're gonna see the difference in the prices and how high the food prices are gonna go up, how the gas prices are gonna continue to go up. So, ah, welcome to the real world where everything is inflated and everything's expensive. You know, this I hate these times because it's all done on purpose. It's a pre-planned attack. It's something that's been going on for a year now. With all those barges and all those shipping containers that are offshore, um, it's just a complete mess. The system is ready for a failure. You know, it's ready to. It's not going to collapse, but it's going to be a reality check, and it's going to hit a lot of people in the pockets because people are like, yeah, we want to make more money, we want more money. Okay, how much you want? $15 an hour, $20 an hour? Okay, they're going to get that money back. Because then the light bill would be more expensive, your grocery bill is going to be more expensive, your gas is going to be more expensive, everything's going to be more expensive, everything. So, there's no way to win right now. Everything, it's just gonna be very expensive. It's horrible. Healing frequencies, the Natalie Perry. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. I really hasn't, with this pain, I haven't even had a chance to even concentrate and think for myself. All I've been watching is Parks and Recreation. On Peacock. I'm laying down, trying to recover. I like funny shows. I like shows that are entertaining and funny. And Parks and Recreation is one of my favorite. Ron Swanson is my favorite. I love him. I love his attitude. I love his character. He's the best. Chris Pratt is awesome too. Like the whole crew is a great show. Like Parks and Recreation. I watch all the seasons. There's like 7, 8 of them, and I watch them all. Like I'll just let it play, and I'll fall asleep listening to it, and I'll wake up listening to it because it's so funny. Like, and I just watch it. I like it. You know, it's I like funny, good shows, but it's I hope other people watch it. I hope other people watch the Parks and Recreation because it's like I said, it's a funny show and it distracts you, and that's what I needed. I needed a distraction. I needed to get off, get my head off of thinking about pain, and it helped. But like I said, every time I had to use the restroom, it's like a reminder. But yeah, it just really sucks. So we're gonna bring in Albie for a bit here. Yo, what's up, Albs?
What's
Albie,
up, man?
what's going on,
What's
man?
up? Shit, I'm
Uh,
alright.
I'm just here for a little bit more. My kidney is it's really kicking. I got a
Yeah.
lot of pain. Oh yeah, I took my pain medicine and they ain't doing nothing. Ain't doing nothing. I took now it's what 15 milligrams in total of my pain medication, and yet I'm still in a lot of pain. The other thing I think I would probably would need to use, or I'm thinking, you see, the only way is the hospital, but I'm not going to the hospital. For hell no. If it was Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe I would have gone to the hospital. But Saturday night hospital, man, nope. I would not, unless I'm dying. That's the only way I'll go to the hospital on a Saturday. The days that I avoid hospital is Fridays and Saturdays, and when there's a full moon, that's then I truly avoid hospitals. I don't go nowhere where there's a full moon. Hell no, unless I'm dying. Because hospitals they get crazy. Like a lot of people get a little hyped up when it's full moon. But are you ready for this winter, Albie?
Well,
You guys got heating
I
oil
don't
where
think
you're at?
so. Huh?
Do you have to buy heating oil where you're at?
No.
So we
No
got
natural
electric.
gas. Yeah, gas electric.
So you got gas.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, even those prices are going up too. I mean, you guys are in a program.
I think my brother's in the program.
Yeah, make sure because this year is no joke, dude. It's gonna be one of the most expensive year um in a very long time. We had prices high before, but not like how it's going to be this year. And I just want to make sure everyone knows that there is programs and there is assistance where they can help you with your electric and also your heating bill. Which is like if you have a home and you have heating oil, like you have to buy oil in order to heat up your furnace and heat up your home. Well, there's programs that can help reduce, that heavy hit. Because this year, I'll let you know, it's gonna be the worst season. It's gonna be horrible. Even the holiday season, it's horrible. I went to the mall, right? I let you know right now, 60% of the mall is empty, closed down. 60%,
Fuck me.
all gone stores. Like the mall by my house, Best Buy is gone. JC Penney's gone. Macy's is gone. Sears is gone. Ultra is gone. Yankee Candle's gone. Victoria's Secret's gone. Um, there's like big stores gone. Like the mall it was so weird being in there because it was so empty. It felt like I don't know. I felt like I was in like a zombie, like a apocalypse type of thing. That's how empty it was, and it was so sad.
Mm.
Because then when you go inside the stores to look for something, and you look at the shelves, it's empty. And I'm like, wait a minute, why are the shelves empty? Why there's no products? Oh, because they can't get the products because it's still stuck on the barges. So this holiday season is gonna really suck. You're gonna have to pick other different things. Like if you want something for the holidays, you're gonna have to be creative this year. Maybe have to make your gift for your loved one, or get something that is probably in the stores. Like I was thinking, I wanted to get back into the records, like a record player with the vinyls, like to have the big vinyls, and also you'd be able to buy like the, I think it was like the 10-inch, and then you have the big one, which is the big vinyl. Um, and buying music for this year for myself for the holidays. I was thinking about buying a hand like you how you say it, you twirl it up, like it's kind of like like you twirl the handle, and it kind of like it's like it winds it up, and then you let it go, and then you put the little thing onto the vinyl, and it plays music, and you can listen to the music that way with no electricity. Like you don't need to plug it in the wall. You don't need batteries. No, it's a wind up record player. I was thinking about some.
Boy,
I don't want it to be vintage, because there's newer ones out there. But I think it's a good idea. 'Cause, let's say if the power goes out and you're out of like shit out of luck, and there's not going to be power for a very long time, and you need something to entertain, or you wanted to listen to something. I For me, a nice record player, would be perfect for me. I mean, they have music from today's music on vinyls, and they're not that. I don't think they're that expensive. Oh, for real? Your city isn't affected by any of this chaos? All right, that's good. You see, up here in the north, it's a little hard because we're already freezing. Like the temperatures is already below. Like last night, it was 28 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I don't know the conversion. I'm sorry. Max will probably know the conversion. Um, but it was 20. It was 28 degrees Fahrenheit, and tonight it's supposed to be in the 20s again, and that's just freezing the ground up. So we're not gonna have any rain or anything for like the next 10 to 12 days. So we have a really good stretch with no rain up here, but it is cold, and it's getting colder. I have a feeling this year we're gonna get a lot of snow, especially where Max lives. I think he's gonna get buried in snow. Max is like, no, Rick, shut up. And you too, Albie, you're gonna get a lot of snow this year. You guys got the roof all taken care of, right?
yep,
From the tornado and shit. You guys everything all taken care of.
yep. They finally came out and fixed it.
Good, good. Yeah, because you don't want any leaks for this year, especially if we're gonna be getting a lot of snow this year. I think your area, you're gonna get hammered with snow. You guys are gonna You're gonna get those clipper fronts that's gonna come through, and the clipper fronts are gonna really mess up like the whole like it's just gonna mess up the whole like corridor there. Anywhere from Illinois, like from Chicago, Illinois, Wisconsin up there, the Dakotas, those clipper fronts that come from the Dakotas and it comes sweeping across. I think we're gonna have several of those that are gonna come through, and it's gonna dump a lot of snow, especially like where Abby lives in Ohio. Um, Others that live in Pennsylvania, upstate New York, Vermont. Even towards my area, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine. Maine always gets they get hammered. They always get hammered with snow. But for my side here in Connecticut, um, like from New York City up Connecticut up to Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Of course, let's not forget Rhode Island. We're gonna get hit by nor'easters. That's this year. It's already setting up. Like we're already seeing the flow and how is it going to be. And I'm anticipating you know a good snowfall season this year and very cold temperatures like in the teens and maybe a lot of days in the zeros. A few days, a good, spread out zeros. I don't mind the cold temperatures. I don't mind the snow. Snow makes everything look beautiful. I love snow. I say let it snow, let it snow. The only thing I don't like is the ice. We don't want ice. We like black ice or like the rain that freezes and then snows, and then it rains again and then it snows and then you have like packs like layered up with ice and snow. Nah, I see that's too dangerous. That's where you can slip and fall and bust your ass and really hurt yourself. I hope that we don't get that. I hope we don't get like a black ice season because I've seen it here before and it's not good. I'm telling you, like everyone crashes. It's like it's kind of like I don't know. It's like ice skating in the Olympics. That's how it is. But cars crashing everywhere. Jackknife trucks and yeah, it's. Uh, but for this holiday season, I just think it's not gonna be as good. You just gotta make it as what you want it to be. If you're just a person that's a materialistic person that wants materialistic things, then it's gonna be a little bit hard. Like there's kids that want, oh, I want the new PlayStation, I want the Xbox, I want this game, I want this, I want that. And then they can't get it because, it's out and it's not going to be any because a lot of those things that you want, they're in the containers out in the ocean, so it's not coming in. And I'm surprised that like right now it's just people are setting up for Black Friday. Black Friday is what 3 weeks from today. I know Thanksgiving. Oh, actually, yeah, it's about 3 weeks from Friday from yesterday. So Black Friday, you're gonna have, they're gonna try to entice people to come into the stores to purchase. I know Walmart, they're practically giving away like the coffee makers, like the ones with the little cups where you can make your coffee and stuff. I think they're gonna be selling that item for like $5. I think that's one of those doorbusters where you come in and you fight for something that you don't need. That's why that's why I say because a lot of people they go crazy shopping. They want to go crazy shopping, but how can you go crazy shopping if the stores don't have anything on their shelves? Like answer me that riddle me this. Like how you gonna like people are gonna rush to Walmart. Like people are still I guarantee you this year people are still gonna rush to Walmart and form a line and try to run in there and uh hopefully we don't have any crazy incidents, with people getting like stumbled or trampled down, you know, like what happened last night with the Trevor Scott um concert. I think that was the Astro World concert. Um this dude I don't know how can you have a venue with 50,000 people. Like, I thought we were in crazy times with this virus and stuff, and they didn't want large gatherings like this. But yet they had this concert in Houston. I think it was over for about 50,000 people. But yeah, this Travis Scott and his Astroworld Chaos. Um, they said there's eight people died, but I think there's more people that has passed from the stampede that happened during that concert. I saw several videos of what happened, and man, it's sad and crazy how people just keep pushing and crushing each other and stomping on people, and a lot of them were kids. And why kids are up in the concerts? Like, I don't get it. Like, that's really weird. There's a lot of strange things going on in this world. A lot of strange things. I feel like that's a sacrifice. What happened on that concert? You know, it just doesn't make sense. How can you sell over 50,000 tickets to a venue without having the proper security, without having the proper setting, like safety settings that you would need for a typical concert? How come the concert was just overly packed? Like, if you to see the videos of what's coming out of that night of last night from that concert, it's it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, how in the hell we're still in COVID times? How the hell can they have this crazy ass concert and then there's a lot of shit that is just unclear, but the alarming low number of security personnel or safety personnel that was there at that venue, to handle that amount of people, you know, so far just 8 people have died, but there's a lot more that are severely injured and hospitalized. And I don't know, it's a sad thing, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe it was an Illuminati sacrifice. They needed to sacrifice virgins during a concert to, because there's a certain amount of people that need to die, and during a concert, especially these type of people, rappers, and Drake was there. Hello, there was like other acts that were there at the time too. So it seems, I don't know, it seems pretty weird that they didn't stop the concert when all this was happening. The concert kept going while all this chaos was happening. People were screaming, "Stop the concert! Stop the show! Stop the show!" Like, everyone was cheering, "Stop the show!" And the show was kept. They kept going on with the show. They were saying that there was someone jabbing people with needles. They're supposedly jabbing people with needles in the neck with, I don't know if it was a drug or it was just stabbing people with needles. Who knows if those needles were contaminated with HIV or some kind of disease or something, and they were just poking everybody, poking whoever they saw. That's not good. That's scary. There was a few that died from cardiac arrest. Some of them was just crushed to death. Like, if you're gonna, like, if you're gonna hold a concert of that big of a show, I mean, you gotta have proper personnel, you know, especially medical. They were so underwhelmed, and not only that, but it's just so disorganized as far as safety protocol. It just didn't happen. It just innocent lives, were were lost during this concert, and there was someone poking people in the neck with a needle. Who knows what that needle has? Who knows if they was using that same needle to poke other people? They could be getting other people sick with some kind of disease or some kind of virus. Maybe they spit a little bit of that c word into a needle and started poking people with it. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be with all this solar energy that's coming to our earth right now, and it's hitting our earth at this as I'm speaking. We're getting bombarded with solar winds from the sun, from the coronal injections. um, don't be surprised if more people die of heart attacks. A lot more people that have heart issues, they need to really chill out. Like, make sure, monitor yourself, make sure, because the energy right now is very high, and anyone that has heart issue is going to be very sensitive to what's going on in our atmosphere. um Even for those that don't even know that they have heart issues, just be mind of your body and listen to your body. If your body is telling you something, please listen to it, because your body will always let you know when something's not right. um Even like with me, when I found out with my kidneys, I had no choice. I called 911 and I went to the hospital. Then the I waited one day. I saw my primary the day after, because then I was in pain, but it was just not. It was able. I was able to see my primary, and then my primary told me that stone is not coming out. That stone is trapped in your kidney. She saw the scans, and she was like, they didn't have to have surgery on you. So I had an appointment for the next day to see the doctor, which was Thursday. That's when I went saw the doctor, and he told me the same thing what my doctor told me, and that's when he told me I have to have emergency surgery. And the first question he asked me is, "Are you vaccinated?" Because he told me, if you're not vaccinated, I cannot do the surgery on you today. It will have to be done like 4 or 5 days from now. I would not be able to have to survive 4 or 5 days with that pain in my kidney. No way. I was vaccinated, and it was on their records, and they were able to do the surgery that same day on Thursday. That's the difference between non-vax and vax when it comes to medical. Whatever is political that's going on, that's whatever out there. This is medical. This is for someone that has had a lot of surgeries, a lot of medical issues, has a lot of priors. Me being vaccinated was the smartest thing for me, for my health, to do in order to continue to take care of myself. So it's like it sucks that they do this, because I trust more of unvaccinated than I do a vaccinated. That's 100%. I trust more of an unvaccinated person than a vaccinated, because a vaccinated person can still spread the motherfucker everywhere. Um, but the way the hospital policy is, like, if you're not vaccinated, you have to get tested, and then you have to pass that test, and that test, it takes 48 hours to get cleared on that test. Once you get cleared on that test and you test negative, then they'll schedule you to have surgery. But then that's if they have an opening, and then whenever they get it, like, it could be 4 to 5 days out. There's no way I could have waited 4 or 5 days out being non-vaccinated. There's no fucking way. I thank God, like I said, and the baby Jesus and all that good stuff, that I did get vaccinated, and I was able to get the surgery same day. Same day. So my healing is expedited by 5 days because I was vaccinated. So There's pros and cons on all levels. But in my case, it was a pro. It was a good thing that I was, because I tell you, I there's no way I could have waited, 4 or 5 days to pass a COVID test, and then not only that, pass it, I have to quarantine, and then after the quarantine, then be scheduled for the surgery if I get cleared. Once I get cleared, it's a whole mission compared to doctors like, yeah, you're vaccinated, good. We're having the surgery today. What time? I went in at 10:30 to my appointment. My surgery, they took me in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for emergency surgery as an add-on. It's weird, you know. And I feel bad because there's so many people that are unvaccinated, but then they're having to wait, and having to wait for emergency cases is causing a lot of people to die. That's where people are dying, because there's other things that people, they're going through, and emergency cases needs to be done in emergency, like rush now. It's not wait 4 or 5 days to see if you test negative, and then if you test positive, then you're really fucked. And then you're really fucked, because you have this kidney issue, and then you have to wait 10 days. Oh man, I would have fucking hung myself. Fuck that. With that pain in my kidney, psh, fuck that. Take me to the back, shoot me. That's it. Put me out of my misery. I'll be good. I don't have to deal with that pain anymore, or any pain at all. But I would no way be able to wait 10 days. Hell no. Mm-mm. When he told me that I was going to do the same day surgery, I was shocked to begin with, but I was so happy because me being vaccinated, I was able to get the surgery the same day. The same day. And this is a major surgery, and I got it done the same day. I was like, when I went to my doctor's appointment, I was not thinking I was having surgery on that same day. I was not thinking that. Like, I didn't have my apartment properly prepared to to go through this. Like, it didn't give me a chance to even be prepared for it, because I wasn't even thinking I was gonna have surgery. I was thinking I was going to see the doctor. He was going to tell me what was going to be, whatever, and then maybe the next day I'll have surgery, or maybe if there's a schedule opening. No, same day. He's like, no, this is an emergency case. I'm calling it right now. We're gonna get a schedule, and we're having the surgery today, because you can't have this stone inside of you, because if you have it for too much time inside in your kidney, it's gonna destroy your kidney. And then we're gonna be talking about having a kidney transplant, and that's not what I wanted. You see, if I had to wait 5, 10 days, definitely would have destroyed my kidney. So that's where this COVID stuff is just, and the vaccine is just like, ugh, you know. And the thing is, like, I think of, like, okay, it's an experimental drug. It's something that, like, even when they put it in me, when I got the shot, um, the first hour I was fine. Like, it was like after an hour and a half, 2 hours, I wasn't feeling good on my arm, and then I had this pain in my arm, and I couldn't move my arm for like 24 hours. It was crazy pain. I was probably like, it was all the side effects that I was going through. Um, but that's like, I had to go through it, and because something told me I had to do it. And plus, I wanted to go see. I want to go visit my family. I want to go see my niece for the first time. And in order for me to go see her, I want to make sure I'm protected, so that way I don't get her sick, or I could still get her sick, be still being vaccinated, but as long as I'm vaccinated, as and I know I'm not sick, I'm be fine. I'll be able to see her with no problems. I'm not gonna touch her because I can't carry her because I have problems. I can't carry no babies. Fucking, I'll drop the baby on the floor. I can't carry kids. Kids are gonna have to carry me. Um, but my parents did it. My sister did it. Everyone did it. So I was like, fuck it. They ended up getting Moderna. I ended up getting Pfizer. I was like, we'll test it out. Let's see who gets sick, what, and which one is better amongst us. We're gonna pull this on our own. I was the only one that got the Pfizer. My mom, my dad, my sister, they all got Moderna. So it is what it is. But I think the that I was able to get my surgery the same day. That's all. That's all I'm thankful for, because because I was vaccinated. I was able to go in, see my doctor, and schedule the same day surgery for something that was very serious going on with my health. So you have the goods and the bads. You got to take it for what it is. You know, there's some people that like jelly, and there's some people that like peanut butter, right? But when you put peanut butter in jelly, I don't like it. Okay. Like I said, people like jelly sandwiches, great. People like peanut butter sandwich, great. But when you put it together, I don't like it. I never like peanut butter jelly. Hell no. I either rather have a jelly sandwich or peanut sandwich, but not peanut butter jelly. You know, you got to make decisions what's best for you in your life. If there's something that you feel that you don't want to experiment with, and you want to, you know, continue the way you are, that's you. That's that's your choice, and you have a right to your choice because it's your body, your choice. Everyone has that right. That's right is given to you the day you were born. You know, but it helped me out. Like good thing I was fully vaccinated, and I was able to get the surgery the same day. And that right there is worth being vaccinated. Like for me, to able to prevent me from having seriously damaged. I don't even know how much damage I went through, but I tell you right now, if I had to wait another 4, 5, 10 days with the kidney stone inside trapped in my kidney, I would have been in danger of risking my life, because the pain is that severe. It's just there was no way I was in the emergency room. There's no, like, when they hit me with the Dilaudid, when the pain went away, I was like, "Whew, there's no way I could have gone 2 weeks, pretty much, or a week out, you know, with that pain, if I wasn't vaccinated." It's like, that's why it's unfair and unjust, that the unvaccinated don't get treated the same way as vaccinated people. So there's like two worlds going on right now. There's the and the vaxxed. So either you are or you're not, the left or the right. And it doesn't matter which way, but I feel like the ones that are vaxxed get treated better. They get things done faster, like medically wise. Like for me, I, it was quick. And I'm still shocked in how fast it was, because I had surgery. Because listen to this, and I have it documented here on YouTube. So anybody wants to go back and watch, they could go back and watch. But when I had my colon surgery, that was during COVID times, and still we're in COVID times, but that was during the heart of COVID times, and I wasn't vaccinated, and I needed to get a test and to get cleared on my test 2 days before I had to have surgery. It was like 3 days I had to wait, And during that time, I had to quarantine and not go anywhere for 3 days, and then go and have the colon surgery. And I remember I have it documented on YouTube. And now the difference between unvax and vax, I can compare it because what I went through unvaccinated, I went through hoops and hurdles just to get surgery. Me being vax, I didn't have to jump anything. They gave me the like I the speed of the surgery, and how fast it was scheduled, and how like I was done with my doctor's appointment at 11:30, and I was having emergency surgery at 3 p.m. 4 hours later in a hospital. We're talking about this is a main hospital here in our town. That's that's impressive, and but that's actually scary too, because I can imagine those that are unvaxxed. Like, time is precious, and the more time and harder times, you could end up having more blood clots. You can develop blood clots, and have it's unfair. That's all I'm just saying. Especially the unvax, and I'm with the unvax too. I'm like, dude, like, more power and everything. But for me and my health, I had to make this decision, and it was a tough one of the toughest decisions. But my mind told me do it. And you know what day I did it? I took my first shot on 9/11. Wow. I did it on 9/11. And then 2 weeks after that, I got my it was like 2.5 weeks after that, I got my second dose in October. And then I was fully vaccinated. And now, like, like I said, I did the surgery on the 4th, and they looked at the on the computer to make sure that my vaccination was in the system, and it was. And they're like, "Oh, you're cleared to have surgery." Like, I'm like nothing. Like, it was like the golden doors opening, and it's like you just walk on through with no checking your ID, no nothing. Like, you can come into the club, no problem. But if you're unvax, they shut that door. They put tape all around, and they have to wear hazmat suits, and to make sure that that you're not sick. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Yeah, like Max said, yeah, like me, not everyone. Yeah, like for me, I am a high risk. I come as high risk with all the surgeries and all the shit that I've gone through. It was a smarter decision for me to get the vaccine than to not. But if you are healthy, you take care of yourself, you know your body, you know how to take care of your body, and you know what you're doing, then why get the jab? Like, you don't need it. You know what you're doing. You know how to take care of yourself. You're healthy. Even if you get sick, you're still strong enough to fight it. So I understand that part of not being, vax. But for those that are vulnerable, those that are disabled, those that have medical underlying issues that has like devastated my life, and I'm still alive, but I'm still devastated, you know, are is happy that I was vaccinated because I got my issue taken care of at the same day. In a major hospital. This is what's wild. Out of all the surgeries, like, same day, that doesn't happen. Like, to someone that's unvaxxed, it doesn't happen. You know, that's the only thing that I just point out. And I just say, it was just a lot easier being vaccinated to get the surgery faster. And they ask you, and they and and it's just weird that it has to be that way. It just is, because let's say you're healthy, right, and everything, and then something seriously happens, you know, that you need to have emergency surgery, but they can't do the surgery unless you pass a COVID test. And that takes time for it for you to get cleared, anywhere from 24 to 48 hours to get past that. You have to be quarantined and then be scheduled to have surgery and stuff. That's time. That's wasting time. That's precious time between either life or death. You know, getting it done same day, or having to suffer waiting 3 or 4 days, or even up to 5 days. It's just, it all depends on your health, and listen to yourself. You know, if your self tells you you don't need it, then there you go. You don't need it. Don't contradict yourself. Always listen to yourself. Listen to the voices in your head. A lot of people try to ignore it, push it off, don't listen to yourself. No, you have to listen to those voices in your head, because it gives you information. It gives you, like, it tells you, like, for me, I don't know, it's just something inside of me that just tells me in my head. It's just weird. And it's a gift that I have, but it's also like, it's a gift, and it's like, it's not so much of a gift. It's kind of like, it's like torture in a ways. But I you know I didn't wish upon having this type of gift or this energy, but it's on me, and it's with me. And I listen to it. I listen to my intuition. I listen to myself. I listen to my body. I listen to my conscience. It's like using my third eye to scan myself and know that I am not healthy enough to not be without this vaccine that they're pushing out. Because if I don't have the vaccine, I'm going to have problems. If I do have to have surgeries and stuff, it's just going to be a more hassle than having the vaccine. And you kind of get a fast pass. It's like a fast pass. That's how I see it. Because if you was to compare two people, right? Let's say me times two, right? A and B, Rick. One is unvax, one is vax. The one unvax would not have gotten the surgery the same day. He would have to wait 3 to 4 5 days. Me, B, same day, no problems. Not even a test or nothing. Not even like a swab, nothing. Straight to surgery. You know, maybe that will help. Maybe people decide for themselves if this is worth it. Getting the jab or not. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to get it or not. That's upon yourself. You make that decision for yourself. Your life, your matter. It's my mind over your matter, and your matter is your life, and you take care of your matter however you want to. You know, because it's your mind over everyone else's matter. Yeah. And that's just how it is. If you get sick with the virus and you build up an immunity to it, then you're good for like the next 3 4 months, because you build up antibodies towards the virus, and you're good. You get it naturally. It's just like getting the flu. But the flu is, it's kind of bad, because the flu really kills more than COVID. But that's another story. But for me, I got both. I got the flu shot, and I have the COVID shot. I got both. Then I actually got the flu shot Was it the second or that was the second or the, I'm trying to see. I know it was the first or the second shot when I went for COVID. I ended up getting the flu on the other arm, and that way I didn't have to worry about the flu or the the virus vaccine, like going to the hospital. Like when I, so that's what they asked me. The doctor is like, "All right, so you have your vaccine? Yeah. Do you have the flu? Yeah. All right. Surgery 4 hours from now." That's incredible. That's the fastest ever out of all my surgeries I've had in my life. The surgery that I had on November 4th, Thursday, was the fastest ever scheduled after seeing a doctor for that issue, for an issue. With 4 hours after seeing the doctor having surgery, that has never happened in my life. This is the first time. I was kind of, it was scary, but I was happy, but yet it was still scary because the speed, you know, like how everything just got done quick. So I don't know. The vaccine really gave me a big like convenience when it comes to time, and not only the time of having the surgery, but the time of the recovery from the surgery too, and having, not really recovering yet because I'm not recovering. I'm more still in the process because I still have the stent inside of me, and they got to take it out, and then I got to recover from that because that's another issue. Which I hope I don't develop blood clots because I can develop blood clots now in my kidney, and then that could cause even more problems because, like I said, I had a kidney stone trapped inside of my kidney. So I'm still not out of the woods, and I'm listening to myself. I'm still not out of the woods, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So it's like we got to still progress and still go through this, and I'll be fine. I'll try to come on here and talk, and we'll talk other things. Like I did today, I just gave you guys an update of what I went through and stuff, and yeah, we'll talk more of other topics. We'll get into. We'll do some kind of like entertainment tonight type of shit with shit that's going on around the world and what we feel about certain things, and give our opinions and our feelings, and talk about other things, and yeah, and I'll try to be on. It's just, everything's not guaranteed with me, so it's not like I could tell you, oh, I want to be on tomorrow, but then something happens and I can't come on. And I'm not gonna jump on YouTube just to say I can't be on because it's like if I something happens, even if I die, you guys will never know. You guys won't know because I tend to disappear and come back. So you don't know if I'm in one of those disappearing spells, and then you will never know if I'm truly gone or not. And the only way you will know that I'm truly gone, and that's if I'm like 6 7 months off YouTube straight. I'll be off like 5 months straight off of YouTube, and that's more of a healing for my brain, and like to get my brain cleared off of everything. Stop talking to everybody, stop talking to family, stop talking to friends, stop talking, like just mentally, like meditating in my head to heal myself. And in order to do that, I have to wipe everything out, like not follow anybody, listen to other shows. No, just me and myself. um and then I decided, day of the dead is the day of my return, the rise of the dead, I guess, right? The return of the dead. um but if I'm gone for 7 months straight, yes, I'm dead. or even 1 year. Let's make it 1 year. If I'm 1 year straight without being on YouTube in any shape, form, or have not communicated with anybody for a year straight, then you know I'm dead. Then you'd be like, oh shit, yeah, he's dead. He hasn't been back. If he hasn't been back in 7 months, he's definitely dead. Should I make it 6 months? He's definitely dead. But sometimes I do need to take the time off to heal, and I can't heal while having so much distractions and everyone talking and just it's there's no way to heal my brain, heal from the trauma, because I have trauma in my brain. I've had traumatic injuries to my brain and neck and spine and my nervous system and other surgeries, you know, so many surgeries. This is my, I think this was number 13. I got to check. I think number 13 surgery was my kidney, because I was at 12, and I think number 13 was my kidneys. I knew I was gonna have a surgery. I just didn't know. It's in one of my shows. I was talking about it. I was like, I know in 2021 I'm gonna have surgery. I just don't know what. I don't know if it was gonna be my back or it was gonna be my stomach. Ending up being my kidney. So uh, next year should be a very good year for me. I'm want to treat it as listen, as a new beginning for me, and I'm gonna stay strong and stay focused on the new beginning. It's like a rebirth, and I want to experience and do a lot of more things next year, and look forward to a more progressive year and be able to do more for myself um, next year. Right now, I'm still dealing with 21. We still got 2 more months, okay, of having to deal with 2021. And that's still a long time. That's a lot of time on the calendar. So once we get through 2021, my birthday's in January 21st. So I am a master number 22. 2022 is the year of new beginnings for me and my sign and numerology. Like it's like pretty much like a rebirth, like a new beginning, and it's gonna be a very spiritual, strong energy year for me. I'm looking forward to it. I really am, and I want to be here when it happens, so you guys could, you know, be a part of the ride. And I want to do a couple of things next year. I hope I'll be able to do it. Um, Knowing that I'm vaccinated, I'm able to do it um, without having to go through hoops and hurdles. Um, there's a lot of things I want to get done and want to do. I just really need my health to rebound this next few months. Uh, I mean, for real. Like once I get through this kidney issue and recover from this kidney issue, then I could move forward into what I want to do. I want to go to Iceland. That's on my bucket list. That's always been on my bucket list to go to Iceland. I definitely want to go there. I would love to go to Amsterdam, at least for a few days. Um, I don't know if I'll be able to, because it's a long flight between Amsterdam and um, my home airport. I don't think my body's able to go that far on a one way. Like I know I would be able to do like maybe Boston to Iceland, and then Iceland to Amsterdam. Definitely would like I would that would be awesome. And if I could go to UK, that would be awesome too. But I doubt I'll be able to go to UK unless I'm with someone and someone comes with me, and that person is very helpful. um because I can't really, like, with my body, I'm very limited to what I can and cannot do and can do. So, but I'm gonna need someone there with me. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to 2022, and knowing that I know probably then I will have someone by my side, helping me and enjoying the time and also helping me along the way. And that's what I need. Um, because can't do this alone. I've been healing on my own and going through all these medical um issues on my own, and it's even harder when you're on your own compared to being with someone, because then that someone can help out and be what you can't be at that time. It's just you need there's times you need help, and when you need help, it's good to have that loved one that's there next to you to help you. So you gotta give it up one time for the loved ones. Give your wife a kiss, damn it. Don't worry about the virus. You could kiss your wife or spouse or husband, whoever. Um, kiss your spouse and let her know how you feel. So I love you. Give him a kiss. There you go. Make the night even better. It's Saturday. Remember, we're going back an hour, so um, don't forget to change your clocks. Make sure change that microwave clock. I think that's one of the out of all the clocks, which clock gets neglected during this fallback? That's a good question. That should have been a survey. Which clock in your home gets neglected? Well, even your car clock, if it's not satellite, sometimes you have to do it manually. So don't forget to manually re put that hour back on your car. Also, the bathroom. Don't forget, if you have a clock in the bathroom, don't forget. There's a good time to change the battery and put the alarm. Well, put the clock back 1 hour. Smoke alarms also great timing now. Change the batteries. Test your smoke alarms. Make sure they're working properly. Because now we're going into the winter time, and a lot of accidents happen during the winter time with fires, because of the heating elements in the home. You know, fires happen. Okay, and we need to save your life. We have to be proactive. Make sure you have a fire detector in your home. Smoke detector, not fire detector, but a smoke detector. You see, I have a smoke detector. I have a lot of smoke detectors in my home, and also I have a fire extinguisher in my home, because in case there's a fire, I'm not gonna go in the hallway looking for a fire extinguisher, and then it's too heavy for me to carry. Like, no, no, no. I have my own personal fire extinguisher. It's light enough for me to carry and strong enough to put out a fire, like a small fire. I'm not trying to be a firefighter here. You know, but yeah, just it's a good time, to because I based on everything with the time change and stuff. So what I do is, like, I comb my cats, because there's only certain times of the year that I comb my cats. I only do it like 4 times a year, where I get like a really good comb, and take their layer off of them, because winter's coming, but I don't want that extra hair on top of it, because they're gonna hold their hair. So right now, the loose hair that's in their fur, I take it out, and then the new hair stays on. So that way, when the springtime comes and they start shedding, it's not like double the hair. It's like less of a hassle. I'm very seasonal with my cats when it comes to like grooming them. I was thinking about having a grooming service come over and wash my cats. Like there's a good company out here which is a mobile like a it's a mobile wash pet wash company that they do dogs and cats. You book it, of course, like anytime if you want it tomorrow. Like I can have them come out here tomorrow and wash my cats. I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm gonna do it sometime next. Actually, not tomorrow. I'm gonna do it this week. I'm gonna book two cat wash for my one for Nala, one for Tasha, and have them comb them to take their loose hair off and give them a good bath, clip their nails, um, clean their teeth, and what else they do? Of course, they blow them out. Sometimes they'll trim. If you want them, they'll trim the backside of the cat or the underbelly, to take some of the hair if you want to. For me, I'm not gonna do the backside, like the booty part, to just make sure that's nice and trimmed down and clean area, and just to give them a good bath and dry them out. Make sure their ears are clean and everything all nice and smelling good, and pamper your cats if you can. Like that's what I'm gonna do for my cats. That's gonna be like their gift. Like just for the hell of it, because they need it. Because it's already getting into wintertime, it's getting cold, and I feel like now's a good time because my home is I always keep it at 65. Anyways, I leave the window open and I have the heater on, and I balance it out the temperature in my room based on how cold it is outside, and I leave my apartment at 65 all the time. Summer, winter, I keep it at 65. Um, but I think I want to get my cats pampered this week. It'll be nice to get their nails done, cut their nails, and just give them a really good bath. And man, it's a big difference. It makes a big difference in your home because then you don't have like all that excess hair. It's you still get hair, but it's not as crazy. And other people would know if you're a cat person and if you have cats. I know Max has cats. Like, hello. That's how I think I like Max so much because of the cat. Because it's cats, and I love individuals who have cats. I love cat people. Um, I'm not a, I had dogs before and stuff, and dogs are okay. It's just I can't be cleaning up after a dog. Dogs are really more, it's more maintenance, more high maintenance, but also like in an apartment, it's hard to have a dog. um Always having to take it out, and always you have to be in good health to do that stuff, and it's good to have a yard for them so they could run around and stuff. And I just I wouldn't, right at my condition right now, it's not the smartest thing to have a dog. Even a service dog, because they wanted to get me a service dog, um because of my PTSD and other things that I have going on in my health, um mentally and physically. They want to get me a service dog. And it would have been a golden retriever. Either it was going to be a golden retriever or it was gonna be a beagle, but it would have been a service dog. And I told them like it's nice, it's cool gesture and everything, and it's a good idea, but I can't do it because of my health, because it requires a lot of like you got to pick up the poop. You can't leave the poop there. You got to pick it up, and it's just a lot. It's just, for me, it would have been too much. So I ended up with my cats. So that's why I have two cats, and I'm thinking about getting a third one. I'm really thinking about getting a third one. I've been watching some cat videos and seeing little cats, the ones that get rescued, and how cute they are. And I really love cats. I do. I like them. I like to bring them up and train them so that way they come up the way I want them to be. And having two cats that are already trained by me, that are well behaved and have proper manners, my cats, um, I think the training process would be a lot easier having already two that are already trained. They can show the little one the proper ways of behaving here in the home. Um, and I would probably be another girl cat. I don't know why, but I like girl cats. Not nothing bad about boy cats because boy cats are sweet too, and they could be attached. They get attached, and they're love bugs. They are. But for me, like I don't know, girl cats. They're special. They're so nice, and I like girl cats. I always love girl cats. I the boys. I usually had boy dogs. I had one girl dog before. She was a Dalmatian. No, actually two. I had two dogs that were females. Um, I had a Dalmatian and I had a Beagle that was a female. But cats, I like female cats. I don't know. It's just me. It's just me. Not like I said, nothing wrong with boy cats. Boy cats are awesome, also. But I don't know. It's just I have two girls already, and they're so sweet. I can add a third sweet cat, and we'll be like the Golden Girls. We'll be like the Golden Girls. We just need one more cat. We're going from Three's Company to the Golden Girls. Oh man, my kidneys hurt. That right side hurts so much. I've been sitting here, like leaning over on my side so I can relieve the pressure, but it doesn't matter. It's going to hurt. Sitting down, standing up, laying down, it doesn't matter. That pain is the same pain. I could be laying down and I'll still be bitching and moaning because it's that painful. That's how much my kidney hurts. That sucks. But I wonder. I know Max has his cats, and Albie doesn't have any cats. But what are you gonna do for your cats for the holidays? What you wouldn't do for your pets for the holidays, even cats or dogs. Um, for me, like I said, I'm gonna do an early gift of getting them pampered and washed and groomed. They both need it, and they're both gonna love it. I'm gonna love it because there's gonna be less hair, and everything will be a lot cleaner. Because every time I get them clean, everything's like it stays cleaner longer. Then when they start shedding, that's when the pain begins. You get them shedding, and man, they be throwing hairs everywhere. Especially my oldest one, Tasha. She's not hairy, but she throws out enough hair, and the little one too. Even she's a short hair, but she still throws out hair. They're little hairy fairies. Little hairy fairy. I got two hairy fairies, and then their bum bumps need to be shaved. Just need to be cleaned out, and a little trim. Maybe a little trim for Tasha. Like it would be nice. I want to see her trimmed up a little bit. And Nala doesn't need to get trimmed, but some areas need to be trimmed. but not everything. Tasha needs a little trim, and maybe I'll see how much is the trim. Maybe I'll get Tasha a trim. She's gonna look so cute. She's gonna look so different if I lower her hair down and give her a trim. She's gonna look like a different cat. I'm like, oh my god, you look so cute. So you were hairy before, and now you're like, you got to fade. Like, what happened? I faded my pussy. Like, oh no. I shaved my pussies. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, two. I shaved both of them. Oh man. Sorry, I was smoking. Oh yeah, and what's this thing with Kim Kardashian? She's turning into a prostitute again. I mean, she's starting to sleep around with people and stuff and hooking up with people. I mean, I thought those days were over. Ain't she a mother? Don't she have kids? She out here dating, trying to date Pete Davidson, kids at home, and she's still married to Kanye. How fucked up that is. I tell you, this one's messed up. It's just messed up. And the narrative is always around this Kim Kardashian. Like she's some shit. Like how come she's always like up on the media's ass? Like she's a overpriced prostitute. Like she gets passed around like a bucket in church. You know, she's a mess. You know, instead of being at home taking care of her kids, attending to her kids, she out there hooking up with some dude, and she's married. She's still married. She's not divorced. She's still with her shit. She's still married. It's just I tell you, man, this was weird. It's weird. The people are weird. Like, how is that normal? How can you see that as normal? That you married and you hooking up like with someone, then and the dude's not like he's all right. It's just like I don't know. It's just weird. He's just weird. The whole thing is just weird. And then how she's like gonna be all the way in Jersey and New York, and she has her kids in L.A. Like, what does she tells her kids when they see a report that their mother's hooking up with some other dude, and while she's still married to their father? Like, she doesn't care about their feelings. She doesn't care about what they're gonna think of her, like in the future. That stays in the kid's mind and fucks up the kid's mind. That's why a lot of these kids come out fucked up. That's mental abuse. And she doesn't even know that she's doing it. She does not even know that she's doing harm by her actions. That's how selfish she is. She doesn't give a fuck. If she did, she wouldn't be what she's doing, like what she's doing every day. I don't know. I just feel like this world could be so much better, but the people that are in it, some people are just like, I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know how come the media puts so much attention into this prostitute. I'm pretty much in the car, a prostitute. Because how did she get famous? Oh, she slept. Oh, she had a sex video, sex tape. Didn't that what got her famous? Was having a sex tape with Ray J. She did a sex tape with Ray J, and then that what got her popular. And then she started exploding from there, and then she started sleeping with other people, until she hooked up with Kanye. Kanye, you know, ended up getting married to her because he got suckered into her mess. And it takes two fools to make, a grand one. And they have kids. They have a lot of kids together. And yet now you're in hard times, threatening to divorce, but yet not putting in the paperwork in, and now you're hooking up with someone while you're married, and the media is like all over it. Yo, and that's supposed to make you look good. Like I'm supposed to think that you're a good person. Like that's a positive role model. As a mother hooking up with another dude while you're married at the same time. Man, I don't know what this world has come to. How is that supposed to be positive and progressive? I think that's fucked up. And then we gotta talk about that Henry Ruggs car accident. Dude driving 156 miles per hour and crashes into a RAV4. Girl loses her life. Dog loses his life. The football player is still alive. He has injuries, but he's still alive. Lost his job as a football player, pretty much. He pretty much got fired. Let the money, let the fame get to his head, and now he's gonna go through hard times, end up in prison because of his decision of drinking and driving. I don't know why people continue to do that after so many years. I mean, I've been hearing this since I was a little kid. No drinking and driving. No drinking and driving. If you're gonna drink, don't drive. Now these days, back in the days, we didn't have Uber. We had taxis. You know, and they were, what they were at that time. In the 70s, 80s. Those just taxis. Now we have Uber, we have Lyft, and probably some other company out there, and you could request a ride, and yeah, it's going to cost you maybe a couple of $100s, but listen, a couple of $100 compared to millions that you're losing out of your career, millions you got to pay for the death of this person, and the mental abuse and the mental, like even the parents, like their mental health is fucked. So it's just a fucking mess. It's a mess, and the family, the victim's family is grieving. Like they it's like it doesn't make any sense that this dude 156 miles per hour and then crashed into the RAV4 from behind. Like like come on. You would think this is a joke, or so this is some kind of like movie or some shit. And then he survives. How the hell he survived? Because he had a very expensive vehicle. Very, very expensive vehicle. It was a Corvette, but it was like one of those like hundred. I think it's like $200,000. I don't forget how much the car is worth. You know. And then on top of that, he had a gun in the car too. He had a gun in the car, and I don't know if he had a license for it. So I know he ended up with like 5 charges, I think, and 4 of the charges are federal. Not they're Hold on, I think they're. Let me see. I'm trying to see if they well the charges were. I know there are like 5 charges on this guy, Henry Ruggs. Let's see if the dog. It was only 3 years old. His name was Max. Oh my God, Max. The dog name was Max, and it was 3 years old, and the dog died alongside the owner. Her name was Tina. Tentor was her last name. Um, well, the dog is so cute. His name was Max. That's crazy. Let's see. He's been charged with DUI or something. Let me see. As well as okay, he was charged with reckless driving. Also, I know it's some felony. I know there's like four charges that are felony charges. And one of them I don't think it's not felony, but it doesn't matter. This dude's gonna see like anywhere between 40, like 20, 40 years. That's like the maximum. But since he never had any priors before, like this is his first major incident and all this and that. So most likely, he's gonna lose out on a lot of money because he's gonna have to pay the family, millions for this type of like and the insurance and stuff, and it's a whole fucking mess. This is gonna be going through the courts. He's gonna end up having to do time, and he's young. I think he's only like what 21, 22, 23. So he's like 23 years old. That report didn't really say much of anything. Let me see. Yeah, it's funny because even going back to the Kanye West, he even said it himself. Kim is still my wife. Divorce is not final yet. So she out there acting like a little hoe again. She acting like a hoe. Like how she started her career with a sex tape. That's how her how she started her. That's what boosted her up. People were watching her sex tapes and she was getting millions of views, and that's how she got paid. She got paid because she was a hoe. And now she's trying to go back to her wholeness. Nah, I don't know, man. Something not right. And then she be dressing like she's a hoe. Like, come on, man. Like for real. You can't be acting like a little hoe. You got kids at home. You got kids. You got a husband. Instead of trying to, you know, work things out with the husband or finalize on your divorce before you start, she wants to pass go without collecting. And she just wants to keep going and like don't do things the proper way. Like she crazy. She's crazy just like J Lo. Same thing with her. That's another high price hoe. It's like don't marry those. Once you try to marry them, they don't last. She did A Rod dirty. Like they were supposed to get married and us and that, and then she goes and like just she leaves, and then she goes and she's sleeping with another guy, Ben Affleck. She goes humping Ben Affleck. Like what? Like girl was about to get married to one dude. She left that dude and hooked up with her ex and got back with her ex. Why? Who knows, right? Between J Ho and Kim Ho, they're just a bunch of hoes. But hey, they gotta make money, right? They gotta feed their kids. They gotta feed their kids. In their way, it's like they open their legs. That's how they feed their kids. And here you go, legs wide open. Come on in. It's like that's not the right way. I mean, I don't know. To me, I just feel like that's what throws me off with society. It's just the way these people do things and how they conduct themselves as humans. It's very sad because to each their own. But shit, respect too. Respect yourself. Respect your kids. You got kids. You're not a young kid anymore. You're mamas. You got babies at home. How about the little baby? The kids go, "Where's mom? I need my mom. I miss my mom. Where's my mom?" Then what are you gonna tell your kid? What are you gonna tell the kid? Oh, mom's not here. She's out. She's out. She's out fucking somebody else. That's what I would say. I say your mom's a hoe, and she's out there hoeing around. Hey, tell them the truth. Don't fucking lie to them. Tell them the truth. J Ho and Kim Ho, they're just hoeing around, and that's how I guess that's how they progress. I mean, that's how Kim Kardashian gets her. I don't know. I don't know. It reminds me of Madonna too. I remember Madonna used to get a new boyfriend every year, and he has to be like 18, under 18, and a virgin, and yeah, and have a certain blood type because she's a vampire. Like she would eat all these kids up. Reminds me of her, and the Kim Kardashian is just acting like her wholeness again. And then J Lo's just jumping from guy to guy like it's all good, like she's a pogo stick. It's like holy shit! Like boom, boom, jump from guy to guy, and then they're supposed to be role models to little kids and kids. And you don't think these kids see what these stupid ass grown ass adults be doing? And that's supposed to be the influencers? Come on, man. That's supposed to be influence. That's supposed to be like, oh no, that's normal. That's good. Then you have Cardi B showing nothing like all her privates on freaking video. Like you don't even need to go to a strip club anymore. All you gotta do is watch one of Cardi B's videos. Acting like a whole, like acting like they're sluts and dancing and shit and yeah, you could dance and everything, but damn, like leave some for the imagination too. Shit, like, you see these videos, it's like you can't even watch the videos. It's like it's like so disgusting. They don't respect themselves, showing off all their goodies and shit and shaking their asses like it's all good. Like, no, you look like a fucking prostitute. You look like a whore. You look like a dancer. Dancers are not bad. They can dance all they want. At least they have a place that they dance and stuff. You know, these girls don't dance. They sleep around, and they don't even care if they're married or about to get married or anything like that. They just, I don't know, man. How can people just do that? I just don't get it. I don't even know how can that be healthy. And the problem with all this is they all have kids. Every single one of them. They have baby daddies. J Lo, her baby daddy, Mark Anthony. Um, Cardi B, whatever that guy's name is, he's the baby daddy. Kid Kardashian, Kanye West, baby daddy. They all got baby daddies. But then they all want to be little hoes too. And they're not like young hoes, they're already getting up in their age. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you're old, you're no good. Yeah, if you can flaunt it, you can do it. Then, if that's what you want to do, if that's the way you want to portray yourself and have people judge and think of you, that's your reputation. That's your kids are the ones that are the ones going to be affected by this. Fuck, not me. I'm just judging you by what I see, and it's not good. I wouldn't want to be her kids or any one of those that I mentioned kids. I would be so embarrassed as an adult. Like, yo, you know your mom's a hoe and she did a video. You know the kids they'll be ranking on them. Like, yo, your mom. I seen your mom's sex tape. I seen what you came out of. Like, come on, man. Like, it's not good. But yet the media treats it like it's all good. Like, oh yeah, just give them more money, more publicity, more deals, more TV time, more more of everything, more magazines, more clothing, more like they throw the most like the media just throws millions upon millions of dollars at these crazy girls. They're just being paid, just like being a club where men throwing money on the ground. These are just private, like high class whores that they'll give you a baby, all right, but you're gonna have to pay for that baby and take care of them in the future. They'll marry you, they'll give you kids, and then they'll divorce you and leave you with the kids. Like what? Like what? But she won't give up the kids. She'll stay with the kids. You know why? The money. Tax breaks, baby. Those are tax breaks, babies. That's all they are. They're a bunch of tax break babies. The more kids you have, the better breaks you get. And Kim Kardashian, I think she has like 5 kids. J Ho has three, no, two. She has 2 kids. They're the twins. And then Cardi has two. But those are just examples, because there's other ones that are out there, and they just don't talk about them. Expensive. And then they get married with you, and then marriage. Once you get married, that's supposed to be for life. You don't. It doesn't make any sense. I thought when I was little, when you get married, that's it. That was your partner, and that's how you mate for life. You're together forever. To death do us part. What like those words doesn't mean shit to these girls, and they just repeat it like it's all good. Yeah, death do us part, but to a limit because I'm gonna divorce you and take your money, and if we have a prenup, I'm still gonna take some money, and I'm gonna keep the kids because I get tax breaks off those kids, and yeah, come on, this this world is just so weird. I'd be like, where's Jesus when you need him, right? Jesús, Jesús, ¿dónde está Jesús? He ain't around. That boy's sleeping. He was around, none of the shit that's been happening now wouldn't be happening. So you can believe in your faith all you want, but I look around, I'm like, yeah, where is he? He ain't around here. He ain't around nowhere. Too many crazy shit be happening, and yet we here supposed to believe in someone that's invisible. I mean, shit. Come on, man. Jesús, ¿dónde está Jesús? I'm gonna roll another joint. I'm gonna roll another joint for Jesus. That's all right. And then he has so many different names too. It's not like one name. He has like so many names. I'll roll me another joint. And then Britney Spears needs to stay in that program, that conservatorship. program, she needs to stay in that. She's too wacky in the head to be freed on her own. People forget this bitch went crazy, bat crazy, and the reason why she was put into that program and to begin with. To begin with, people forgot why they put her in that program. I'm like, because the ones that are after her now, they don't know. They weren't even born when all this crazy shit was happening, you know? And yet people want to free Britney, free Britney. I'm like, don't free her. Because as soon as you free her, that bitch is gonna go crazy again. And then I'm gonna be like, told you so. Bitch is gonna end up dead because she's gonna be all hooked up on the drugs again. And that's the reason why she was put into that program, because she was all into crazy drugs. She was into crazy drugs and she was widely spending her money, and she was pretty much going broke. She was going broke because she was spending money on alcohol and drugs. But everyone forgot about that. No one talks about that. Free Britney. Oh, man. If people would do a little research, why was she put in that program to begin with? Then you'd be like, nah, she needs to stay in that program. She's lucky to be alive. She would have ended up being another, like Amy Winehouse. You know, instead of Britney Spears, Amy Winehouse took the fall. What was that club again? Club 28? When you're like 28 years old and you end up dying. I think it's the 28 club or 28, 27 club. I don't know. You could correct me. I know it's one of those numbers. I think it's 28. I think it's when you turn 28, like it's kind of like a sacrifice. I know they did it with Kurt Cobain. They did it with other artists like Amy Winehouse. Um, there's another, like, actors and actresses that died at an early age, like 20. I think it was like 28. The 28 club. I'll research that. I want to make sure I get that right. I know it's a young age that these artists and stuff die. It's usually like a sacrifice. It's like a kind of like a sacrifice. The industry sacrifices the artists. You know, they drug them up. They do all this craziness, and they end up dying at a young age. But Britney Spears needs to stay in that program. She does not need to be free. She has a lot of money, and the reason why there's a lot of money in that account is because she's in the program, and the money gets monitored and it gets saved. And now she's still a millionaire. She has like 65 million, whatever, and saved up, from all this time that she was under this program. And she was still going on vacation. She was still being fed. She was still having her light bill paid, her car bill paid, her living expenses paid. She was just monitored. Her money was monitored and stuff because she was wasting all the money on drugs and alcohol and parties. That's the reason why she was put in that program. People forget, and now everybody wants to free Britney. Like, you do not want to free that bird. Because that bird, real quick, is going to get right back into those drugs. And guess what? Brittany's dead. You know? She's not mentally well. She has a lot of mental health issues. A lot of mental health issues. She needs to be in that program. Yeah, they could continue to monitor and stuff like that. They don't have to be as strict as they was when she was younger, but they still need to monitor her. She can't just be out there on her own. She would just, as much freedom you want to give this girl, she really cannot handle it. She just cannot. she'll end up back into drugs and alcohol, and they'll find a way to get it to her, and she'll end up losing her life. Yeah, let's see. I don't know. She needs to stay. Let me see. She's been trying to get off of this program, this conservatorship. Um, some people it's okay to be on. Some don't need to. Like for instance, like Angel Munoz, the one that usually comes here onto the channel from time to time. He was under this program too, and yeah, it's very controlling and everything. But Angel really didn't like. He grew out. He grew up, and he's more in control. And he knows what he's doing, and that's how he was able to get off of that program. Britney Spears, on the other hand, that's a whole different ballgame. The reason why she got into it in that program, they put her in that program, is because of the drugs, the alcohol, the partying, the crazy shit she was doing. She was shaving her head. She was very reckless. Like you would try to talk to her, she couldn't even talk. She couldn't even form any sentences. Like she was just super drugged up. But everyone now today, like, totally forgot about that. Like totally forgot about it. Like it never happened. And that's why people shouldn't control the narrative without knowing the true story behind the scenes. You don't know what's going on in their lives if you're not there all the time. You can't assume shit, and there's so many people that assume a lot of shit. They don't see the whole thing. This girl had a drug problem. This girl was gonna end up being a Amy Winehouse story. Free Britney. Yeah, free her. Go ahead. And then we'll see how long she's gonna live, because she's not gonna live long. So as soon as she gets into that drugs again and she takes a taste of it again, she's gonna hit it hard, and she's gonna be just like a Whitney Houston. Just like a Whitney Houston. Dead. Not good. All right. I ended up staying a little longer than expected, but we'll keep it going for like another 18 more minutes. I'm just ranting a little bit. Like, don't set Britney for free. She does not need to be free. She needs to stay in that program. Maybe it's a little lenient. Maybe she could have an extra vacation. Maybe she'll be like, they could allow her to get married. Maybe if she wants to have a kid, because that's what she was talking about. She wants to have a kid, another kid, because like whatever. Look, you want to have kids, that's great and everything and stuff like that. But we're not going to give you extra money so you could buy drugs and then drug yourself up and then totally fuck yourself up again and relapse. How many times this girl has been to like rehab? Like it's crazy. People forget this shit, and then now it's like they use old pictures of Britney Spears to make her look good against the people now. Like Britney doesn't, like, all her pictures, especially on TMZ. They're all old pictures. Like it's just crazy. It's stupid. And then don't even get me started with the Brian Laundry case. I knew, I wasn't even on here, but I something told me that he was dead, and that he his body was being eaten. Like I saw a gator like eating his body, and I'm like thinking, like I had this vision in my head, and everyone's like, "Oh no, he's in the Appalachian Trails. Oh no, he's in Mexico. Oh no, he's here. He's there." I'm like, "No, he's there in that park, and he's being eaten." Like something was telling me he was being eaten. Like that something was eating him, and sure enough, They found his ass dead in that park, and he was being eaten. He had a like his skull was crushed. Like the only way you could probably do that is a gator and stuff like that. Like they could chop down and break. Um, and there's other animals too, like the panthers and the Florida panther and other animals that are out there that can eat this dude. But something was telling me that he was being eaten, that he killed himself. I use my rods too to answer that question because I was like curious, and the rods told me that he's dead and he was being eaten. And the way the cops were looking for him, that was all wrong. Like they were the area that he had went to was flooded, and he did himself in because he knew he did what he did was wrong. He killed his fiance, supposedly fiance, um, killed her, and I know for a fact that it was a lot of rage in him, a lot of like it was a lot of mental health among them both that did them in pretty much, and he broke loose and he choked her out and killed her, strangled her ass. He couldn't and then the way everything happened, it was just so awkward. Like everything, it's been a very awkward year. You know, 2021 is just a really weird year. Um, Next year, for me, I'm looking at as a good outlook for me, for the world. That's a different story. I'll talk about that in December. In December, hmm. But and then we got to talk about Aaron Rodgers also because he was unvaccinated, and like I said, like for instance, like he's unvaccinated, and everything that's happening to him now is because he's unvaccinated. My issue with that is that he is allergic, and he claims that he's allergic to both of the vaccines, the Pfizer and the Moderna. And then he didn't trust the J&J because of the blood clots and stuff, and it was pulled off the market a few times because of it. So he didn't really have trust in that. So, like, for me, how am I gonna judge him or cancel him out or hate on him because he's not vaccinated? I'm like, dude, that's your body, that's your choice. And as a professional player, and their top peak physicalness, you know, being in the NFL, you have to be on your top physicalness, and they're the most least likely to pass away from this virus because they're so healthy, but yet they treat this virus like it's crazy. Like, for instance, like if you get this virus and you're unvaccinated, you have to be out for like 10 days, out without playing for 10 days. But this is what fucks me up, right? Let's say a person is sick, but he doesn't have COVID, he has the flu. He's able to play with no problems. Like he could go on the field and he could play. But yet the flu kills more people than COVID. It doesn't make any sense. Um, if you get the virus and you survive it, you have immunity. That's not immunity, but you have you know pretty much immunity for like 3-4 months supposedly. So I think it's better to get sick from it than it is, you know, you know, unvax getting sick from it, then building up the antibodies, than someone that is vaccinated that really isn't going to build so much antibodies because the vaccine is going to prevent that from pretty much happening. So it's going to be an ongoing saga. So it's like the rabbit hole. How far the rabbit hole is going to go, it just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. Let's see. Reggie Jackson. Let's see. Jesse Jackson hospitalized after fall. He hit his head during a Harvard University visit. All right, so oh yeah, now they made Superman bisexual, and now there's big backlash from it, and the LAPD is now protecting the artists and studios because of the backlash and the threats from people because Superman is gay, I guess. They make everything gay now. It's like, and they pushing it on people. I never push anything on people. Not that. It's crazy. It's just times right now. It's just super weird. You see what I mean? This girl's a whore. Freaking. That's all they show is just this Kim girl. And I'm looking at just the regular news, and they keep putting her. I'm like, why is she in the regular news? That doesn't make any freaking sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And then you see, this is crazy. Like trick or treating with the kids in the same neighborhood as Jennifer Garner, which is the kid's mother, Ben Affleck's kid's mother. Like, I don't know. There's too many hornets going on, and too like for me, if I was put into that predicament and that was my mom, to say Jello was my mom, and she's jumping around men to men like this, I don't know if I could be with her. I don't know if I could be with her. Like, I'd be like, Dad, like, mom's acting like a hoe again. Like, I wonder what Kim Kardashian kids are saying. I really do. I could just imagine because this Pete Davidson guy, I don't know. I don't. There's something about him that I don't like. Like, he's just a weird guy. Oh Lord, the White House press secretary tests positive for COVID. Let that COVID get to Yeah, I knew it. Oh man, it's just this world is just weird right now. I'm about to get off here, but the more I read the news, the more it just gets weirder, and it's just you know, it's not trying to lose hope, but it's like things before it happens, and then you see it happen, but you knew this person was this way, and then you find out that it's all true, that everything that you thought was true. Yeah, yeah, it's just yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, it's a weird world. I'm about to sign off here and get another 6 more minutes, and that way I could start getting settled and try to get to bed. And maybe tomorrow I'll come on. It's not guaranteed. It depends how I feel. Right now I feel like crap, and I know I gotta use the restroom, and that's gonna hurt. Because it always does. It hurts a lot when I use the restroom. Um, take my sleep medication and lay in bed, watch watch something on my tablet because I put my tablet on next to my bed. So I'll put something on there, and yeah, then I'll just take it easy for the night, and tomorrow see if I could come back on for a little bit. I say a little bit, but my show is usually 3 hours long. So every time I say a little bit, it's more than a little. It's always a lot. Um, yeah, it's just times are funny, and it's only going to get funnier. Be careful. Energy is high, so a lot of weird things happening. Like a lot of stabbings, a lot of like just weird things that normally doesn't happen. Well, it's happening now, and it's going to continue to happen. Just try to stay out of trouble. Um, if you could keep to yourself, that's great. But just don't be around large crowds or people that you don't know. It's just not safe right now to be doing stuff like that. And people are just acting really weird. So you don't want to be put into a predicament that you just don't need to be in. Um, just like keep your nose clean. Just keep your eyes out and yeah, and your ears cleared. And we'll get through this year. We got two more, less than 2 months to go. And once we get through this year, let's go for the new beginnings and this really focus on 2022 and get rid of this 21 because it's not good. And we got 2 months. That's the crazy shit. And so many things could happen in 2 months. With that said, we got 3 more minutes. Say thanks for Albie for passing by. Thanks for Max for coming through. Denali, Pro Jones, James Leclerc came through earlier. Appreciate you. And for those that are going to be rewatching, thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. Um, I'll try to start feeling better. It's gonna take time. Like I said, I am not in my recovery state yet. I'm still going through the process of this kidney situation. Once they remove the stent, then let's see from there what happens. I'm bleeding a lot, and I'm constantly bleeding. Um, and it's been 2 days now. We're on my third day, and I'm heavy bleeding. Um, it's concerning, but it's part of the process. And I know I'm going to be bleeding for another week more. And then I hope that my kidney can recover because it's going to suck if it doesn't. It really is going to suck because then I'm going to need a transplant. And I don't know. My body's been through a lot. And to add more pain and stress, to stay alive, we'll see. Let's first focus on this and let's focus on the energy, make it positive. Let's hope we could get this, like, get my situation taken care of and get me out of this dark, cloudy, times that I'm going through right now. And let's try to bring out some sunlight. And it's time to shine. And right now, I just feel like the shine is gonna happen next year, and not so much this year. This year is like I don't know. It's just hasn't been good, and it really hasn't gotten any better. So trying to focus on the next upcoming year, and I'm hoping that I can make it to the next year. I really do. I don't want this health issue to become more complicated and cause me to have more issues. We just don't need that right now. So I want to thank those who came by. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And we'll see tomorrow if I could come on a little earlier than today. I don't want to be on um like this late. I probably will be on in the afternoon, maybe 2, 3 o'clock. Come on for a little bit, give an update and how I feel, how my night went and stuff like that. Just to document. for myself and for others to listen in the future. And yeah, and then we'll having a very weird week with pain this week because I got a lot of things coming up, and we'll see what happens, and I'll keep you guys updated. With that said, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good night, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Good night.